Okay, folks, we're back with the Ravin 26X, and we've done set the cam lane, done a video on that, and now the bow's out of time just a little bit. Doris, you can come over here, and I'll show you. Let me have the phone there, Doris, and I'll look. So you can see right here that the cable on the left side, the cable is edging the forward dot. Okay, and on the right side, the cable is going between the two dots. And something else I'd like to add here. Now, what I like to do is them dots, of course, I got my glasses on and I'm older and I can't see that good. But I like to take me a silver Sharpie, permanent marker, and I like to color my dots. That way you can see how they show up good there. That makes it easier for me to see and be more precise. And, you know, when I put it on there, it'll smudge on the cam, but then I'll take me just a paper towel with a little bit of degrazer and just wipe over it, and it'll take the film off the top, but it don't get the marker out of the pit of the indention, or the indention there, the way the marks are made. So it leaves that permanent marker in them. So that's a good way to be able to see them real good and for them to stand out. But what I'm going to do, like I said, this cable here is riding forward to the front of the timing dot. I want it centered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bow and I'm going to put it in the press, and I'm going to add a half a twist to the top cable and to the bottom cable. And then I'll cock the bow, leave it for just a few minutes, and then I'll let the bow back down, let it relax, and I'll check my timing marks. Okay, so I'm getting ready to put it in the press. Doris, here's the phone back if you want to hold it for me. So, I'm going to put it in the press here. Get everything squared up. Make sure I've got good contact here. Don't want it jumping out. All right. Okay. And I'm going to do, this is the side I'm adjusting. Doris, you can stand right here. This is the side I'm adjusting. I'm going to take the bottom cable loose first. And you got to be careful. I don't want to tire the serving. Okay, got it loosened up there. All right, I'm going to go a half a twist clockwise. Okay. Then I'm going to go a half a twist on this one clockwise. All right, I'm going to make sure there ain't nothing, none of the strings, make sure they're all still in the tracks. We don't want this thing to come apart. I'm going to relieve the tension on it. check, make sure that I'm in the grooves good, and I am. Everything looks good. I always do this. I do it before I take it out of the press, and I do it after. Then I'm gonna wind it up. And normally what I'll do, I'll come back and check, but I'm just gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna let it back down, but normally I let it sit for about 30 minutes to settle. Now, we've not shot this bow any yet. We will not shoot this bow till we get everything right. Okay. We have moved it just a little. Looks like we're going to have to put another half a twist in each side. And another thing I like to do is I like to check it through the draw cycle. Now, after I made my adjustment, this cable is still favoring toward the front dot, more so than this one, okay? So I'm gonna take it through the draw cycle and I'm gonna look at it. And what I'll do is I'll take it through, and there's holes in these cams on the outer edge as I'm going through the draw cycle. Let me have the phone, I'll show you here. You can tell that this cam is still ahead. In other words, it's still rotating more forward than this cam. As you can see the hole there. Let you get a good look. See there? This cam is behind this cam. So we still not made enough adjustments yet. Okay, so we'll add another twist or another half a twist to each side, this cable and this and the bottom cable. Let it back down. Coming back to the press. And I only like to make a half a twist adjustments at a time. Might have to put it in and out of the press a little more, but I just like to make small changes at a time. Okay, make sure I'm in here straight. Okay. Okay, I'll come back to this back cable again. And I'm gonna go half a turn clockwise. Okay, let me see. And I'm hooked in. Went half a turn clockwise. I'm gonna take this one off. I'm gonna go another half a turn clockwise on this top cable. Okay, I'm gonna check everything out, make sure everything's still in place, that no cables jumped out of the track or The string is out of track. I'm gonna pull this up to keep tension on it. I'm gonna ease it down. See what we got? Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put tension on it, and then I'm gonna let it back down. And normally what I do is, if I ain't video, and I'll let it sit for 30 or 45 minutes, and I will do that after I do this video. It looks good. Looks good so far. Now, I'll check it through the draw cycle. And I'm looking at where them outer holes on the outside of the cam, when they come across underneath them cables, the top cables on each side, I look at it. It looks good. And then I'll keep a winding. I'll come to the next hole on the outer edge. It's getting close. Still off just a little bit. We're closer. Yep, we're still off just a little bit. Now something else, I'll tell you something. With these bows, with these Ravins, is you can, every once in a while you'll run into one and your timing marks, you'll be dead on the money with your timing marks with the bow uncocked. But then when you go to cocking it through the draw cycle, you may be off on a little cam. On one cam, excuse me. Still. One cam still may be ahead a little bit. Sometimes that can be a result of a little bit different limb deflection on one limb that can cause that. I believe it can cause that. Because at times you can be dead on with your timing marks. Your cable's intersecting dead between your dots, perfect on both sides. Then when you go through the draw cycle, you still might have one cam that's just a little bit ahead. And I think sometimes that can do with maybe you got one limb that's right much weaker than the rest. These limbs, the top limbs, I can't remember, but the top limbs usually run a different deflection rate than the bottom limbs. Can't really remember which way it goes. I'm not that technical, but they're a little bit different rate from top to bottom. And you may have one limb that's a little bit weaker, and it can cause that to vary during the draw cycle. So we're going to make another adjustment. And you can see, let me see the foam doors. You can see where our timing marks are right now. Here. And right here. So what I might do is I've added a full twist to these cables on the left side. So what I may do now is I may take a half a twist, and I don't like taking twist out of these cables, but take a half a twist out of the top and bottom on this side, on the right side. Okay, I'm making sure everything's right. That she's in there good. Okay. Now, I'll turn my light on here. Now, I'm going to take a half a twist counterclockwise out of this side. Let me get right here. On each cable. Okay, I'm going counterclockwise. That's a half a twist out. Okay. Now, I'm going half a twist out. Now on this cable, the top cable. All right. Okay, make sure everything's still in track. I'll pull up on this, making sure everything's good. And then I'll unwind it, keep tension on this. Okay. Make sure everything looks good. And all the loops is on where they need to be. Nothing hanging halfway off. Crank it up. And normally, like I said, I let it sit 30, 45 minutes. But during this video, I'm just showing how I do it. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. Now you can see this cable. Now you can see this cable. All right, I'm going to take it through the draw cycle. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Yeah. Okay. And where I'm looking at is where these cables coincide with these holes on the outer edge of these cams. Still out just a little. This cam here is a head. This comes behind. And like I said, we're looking good on our timing dots at it uncocked. But sometimes a limb with a little bit weaker deflection, it can cause this, I do believe, during the draw cycle. I've had bows like this before, and I got them to shoot good, but I like for them to rotate the same. So I'm gonna let it back down. And before I do anything else, I'm gonna take a measurement on my axle to axle. I've got the I'm at about 9 7/16. The ATA is 9.5 uncocked on this bow, so I'm a 1/16 short. But this bow will settle a little. It's never been shot, so I'm not hurting on that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another I'll tell you what I think I'm gonna do is I don't want to take more twist out of the cable. I'm gonna add another 1/2 twist on this side. On this side right here. Another 1/2 twist. Yeah. I'm still looking. Adding a 1/2 twist. Half a twist clockwise. Okay, let me back up. Another half a twist on this side. I'll check everything, make sure everything's still in track. Slide this up, make sure I'm in the string. I'll ease it down. Sure all that's right. I'm gonna cock it back. Make sure everything looks good. Okay. Okay. Look real close. Oh yeah, looks good. Let's see here, Doris. You can see right here. Here's the holes. See the holes in there? You can see a little bit of light. And how they're intersecting over those holes at the same time. That's what I want. All right, let's see. We're gonna go on through the draw cycle. Go to the next hole. These holes is on the outer edge of the cams. There's several of them. Oh yeah, we're looking good. You can see there. You can see here. Okay. We're gonna go on through the draw cycle to the next hole. And then when we get right here, it's still a little off, but it's closer than what it was. Here. And here. Okay. This wheel's still, this cam here on the left side, still just a little ahead. Not as much as it was, but it's still a little bit. Look at my timing marks. By the timing marks, I mean it looks dead on. You see the timing marks there. So on my timing marks, I'm favoring the back dot on both cams. Just a little. Just a little. You can see there. So what I'll do is I'm going to go with them timing marks. If I adjust any more to try to get them the same on the draw, at the end of the draw, my timing marks is going to be out of whack. So I'm going to leave it right here. We're going to shoot it, see how it does. We'll shoot fixed broadheads out of it. That'll tell us if we're right or not. If it don't shoot the fixed broadhead in the same plane with the field points, and I'm talking about left and right, I know I got an issue. But if it shoots them in the same plane, left and right, all the way out to 50 and 60 yards with a field point, I know I'm good on the cams, if that makes sense. So that's how we do that. Now we'll go ahead and end the video, but now I will leave this bow. I will cock it and leave it for about 45 minutes, and I'll check it again. But now that's how I check my timing. I try to get my timing marks dead on, as I showed here. And after I do that, I'll draw the bow or crank it, go through the draw cycle, and I'll look at these outer holes in the cams in conjunction as they cross under the top cables. And what I want is I'm going under the cables at the exact same time. And when we get toward the end of the draw cycle, it's changing a little bit. I think it's a limb deflection issue a little bit in this bow. It's changing a little bit because when we first started on our first 2 or 3 holes here around the cam's perimeter, they was on. But when we got to the end of the draw, they was a little off. So, but we're going to leave it right there right now. And my ATA, we'll check it again. I'm at, let's see here. I'm at 9 7/16. So I'm still a 16th short. And what I will do, since I'm favoring toward the back of these dots a little bit, just a little, I'm just a little back to them. What I'll do is I'll take a twist out of this string, and that should put my dots, my cables more in center with the dots. But looking at the cams, both cables on each side is the same distance from the dots on the back side. So I'll adjust that, put it in the very center by lengthening the string by taking a twist out. All I'll take is a twist out. I won't take no more than that out. So that's how that I do my bows, the Ravens. That's how I set them up. Now, I know there's different ways. There's a lot of smart people out there. And I'm certainly not the smartest person out there, but I've always got these bows to shoot very well for me. Except the very first one I got, it was R9. Now, I had issues with it when they first come out. They come out with a white knock, and it was loose on the string, on the center serving, and the center serving wasn't that great, and I got a lot of lateral knock travel with that bow. But then finally Scorpion come out with the orange knock. It was tighter fitting. I got better serving, and when that happened, when I changed over and done all that, it went to driving tacks. So since then, I've been able to get them all to shoot, and I shoot fixed blade broadheads. I've got a Ravin R26X. It shoots 437 feet per second, shooting 125 grain slick tricks. And Doris watched me shoot the group the other day on a clean target at 84 yards, and with 3 shots with slick tricks, 125 grain, I shot about a 3/4 inch group, and that was at 437 feet per second. So I think that's pretty good. I'm not shooting at deer that far, but if my broadheads shoot good at long yardage, I know that the bow is right.
Absolutely.
Especially a fixed broadhead. So I thank y'all for watching. I know it was long, drawn out video. Hopefully you might can take something from it. Maybe you'll see something that you think's a better way of doing it, and I don't mind to comment on that, but that's the way I've done it. I'm not saying the way I've done it's the only way, but that's the way I've done my bow. So thank y'all for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see y'all later.